Hello, welcome to Mountain Gem Card Collectibles. I hope you're out there having a great day. Today I'm just going to talk about one of the issues that's been going on in the sports card versus the TCG card market, and that's the fact that it seems like the TCG card market is just really winning the race lately as far as interest goes in just card collecting in general. And you have to ask yourself why. Why is that? Well, to start us off, we're going to go to David Adams. This is the big booster pack, and this is just one pack that you can get for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Surging Sparks booster pack. This is one that everyone's fighting over. I don't know if you've seen any like social media recently of people battling over boxes of this, but this is just one pack that they're selling for $9.95. Not too bad. I suppose when I go to the card shop next, I'll see if he has any of these, that I can maybe rip open, flip. I wouldn't buy a box, but I have sold TCG before online. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot with my dad. Well, not a lot, but when it first came out around 2002, 2003, I'd play it with my dad. He understood it. It was a fairly simple game in comparison to the type of card games that he grew up playing. There's so many different ones, like cribbage and all that. So it was really simple to play it. And I still have those cards. I should get them graded, but the value on Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't holding up like Pokemon for one reason or another. And I'm not sure why, other than it seems like when you dig into Yu-Gi-Oh!, when you dig into baseball cards, when you dig into football cards, I think that a lot of the tanking value has to go with the fact that you don't have female collectors. Pokemon attracts female collectors with all their cute little feminine art type stuff, Charizard, all this type of stuff. And I probably should have been dedicating more of my online eBay sales to purchasing Pokemon products than I have in the past. I was kind of doing it, both of them, with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I wasn't like flying out the door or anything, but I was kind of moving some stuff, but I just kind of migrated more into sports cards naturally. Just me being me with my, interest of watching sports. But the issue that I have with this is the fact that when you get to baseball cards, I was talking to my mechanic, the guy that always works on my truck, about sports cards. And I understood he likes to watch a lot of sports when he could, when he's not working, when he gets some time off, whether it be baseball, football, whatever, I asked him, well, how come you're not collecting cards? This is coming from my mechanic who owns his own business, who has money. Nice house. He says it's only for rich people. Come on, he's like a rich person, man. I mean, think about that. Why is someone who's, I can tell, fairly wealthy, like my mechanic, saying that's only for rich people? I said, well, you can just buy them, singles, online on eBay. He's like, yeah, well, you might check into it. But he says, growing up with sports cards through when he grew up, whether that be, 70s, 60s, whatever, he'd just go buy them and rip them, not even think twice about spending money because they didn't really cost much, and be happy with their results. So when you come to this page, I just typed in Topps Chrome Baseball at David Adams Card World. You can go to any supplier and do it. What do you see? Well, they're selling a blaster box for $49.95. How about let's get into something that we really want, like a Breaker's Delight box, 2024 Topps Chrome Baseball. This is last year. Breaker Delight box. $529.95. And what are you going to get out of that? That's just it. You're likely a one and done rep. You think you're going to get the good players that you really want? Give me a break. You think you're going to get the auto you really want? And that's what's killing the sports card market, you know. The reality is Topps Fanatics doesn't know how to get people addicted to baseball cards. How do you get people addicted to baseball cards? Well, you have to make them affordable. Yes, affordability is how you get people addicted to baseball cards. You know, how can you get a person addicted to anything if they can't even afford to buy into it at all? You know, and then it's all these schemes, you know, that Topps does with all their numerous releases throughout the year. You know, you have to, you know, watch a breaker to get an idea of, you know, the constant stream of releases to where it just feels like a joke, you know. Like this is the 2024 Topps Chrome Baseball Fanatics Fest NYC exclusive Holly box, $499.95. To me, it should be about 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks max. Same with this one. 2024 Topps Chrome Baseball Holly box, $349.95. That's what most people want to rip. They can't afford that. And then, honestly, it's not like you're getting much in there, you know. What are we getting? One Chrome autograph per box. Want. And you're paying all that money. It's probably going to be a deadbeat player that's not going anywhere, you know. You're going to end up in the dollar bin at my local card shop in the dollar auto bin. Because it happens more often than not. So, you know, maybe let's gear down. Let's go to 2023 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary Baseball Hobby Box. All right, what do we get? Well, find one autograph per box. I want 5 autos per box. I want more than that. You know, and honestly, with all the games that Topps plays throughout the year, how about we just look for a Topps Chrome pack? What am I going to pay? You know, Topps Chrome baseball pack. Oh, let's see. Well, they want to. Here we go. You can get a pack of 2024 Topps Chrome baseball hobby pack for $14.95. Wah. I'm not sure why more packs aren't coming up, to be quite honest. And that's just the nature of this. Here we go. 2022 Topps Chrome Baseball Blaster Pack. All right. $3.95. That's somewhat comparable to the baseball card or the card shop that I go to, I should say. A little bit more. That's not a bad deal, honestly. I mean, but still, you're getting old product, you know. And maybe you'll hit something in 2022. Julio Rodriguez, huh? How about that Julio Rodriguez? And that's another problem with the baseball game, isn't it? Boy, they hype up these players, man. The breakers hype up these players. The companies hype up these players like Julio Rodriguez. What happened to Julio Rodriguez? What happened to him? I mean, he's on my favorite team. No one cares. I have Julio Rodriguez cards. I thought they'd be valued. People just stopped caring. Why? Because every year, you know, people forget about the prior year and it's always the next chase. And I think that's another thing that's driving people out of the sports card market. I mean, this is a good way to, you know, if anything, for anyone who's watching this, this is a good way to get in some of these cards is go to Dave and Adam's Card World and type in just packs, you know. So if anything, maybe I can draw some interest there for the baseball card market. If maybe go in to start buying some packs. David Adams seems to have packs that are affordable on certain products, you know. Yeah, Surging Sparks is a big chase right now. They also have boxes of Surging Sparks, so let's take a look at the box of Surging Sparks because it's not cheap either, and people are just diving into this, you know. I mean, just scrapping it out for this stuff, man. $299.95. What do we get? Let's see. Well, let's see. You get number of cards, and it says 250 cards. Configuration is 36 packs per box. 10 cards per pack. And they're selling them for $10 per pack. Damn. Wow. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, they're giving you a lot of stuff, aren't they? You know, for the money. And people want it. And the thing about it is, you can sell these to my channel. If you get into looking at who's watching my channel, the demographics, it's 100% male. I have never, as far as I know, gotten a female viewer on my channel one time. And that's because a lot of the sports cards are created more for males, whereas Pokemon is definitely more, feminine. Just looking at the artwork, I mean, it has a feminine look to it. It can't say it doesn't. It really, feminine art. It just, you can't say, I mean, it doesn't, definitely not Yu-Gi-Oh art. Yu-Gi-Oh art is definitely more violent. I'll put that out there. Definitely more male oriented. So we went over that fairly well. Prices, even, there's some baseball card packs that you can get into, affordable pricing. But good luck with just buying a few of those packs. You're likely not going to get much, and that's just another downfall of the sports card market currently. All right. So now let's hit the index. And a card ladder. If you're into sports, let's just kind of look at some of this. Wrestling is really doing good for sports right now. It's up 4.41%. There's a lot of interest in wrestling. Wrestling tends to be, for sports, one of my favorite sports cards. Why is that? Well, I don't know what it is about ripping open wrestling, a booster box or whatever. Getting cards of even, it's not the rookies or anything, but I don't know. It's just, it feels better because you're getting typically guys that have more name recognition typically as wrestlers. Yeah, you're going to get some ones that are in and out, but I always recommend wrestling. And let's just take a look at the chart here. Yeah, that's what we like to see, I'm not sure exactly how scientific card ladder is doing this, to be quite honest. And they just kind of pick and choose cards. It looks like that's just it. But, for their data points, rate of growth is at a plus 25.07%, so if you're out there, that's something to consider, for sports cards. Maybe instead of buying the football box, buy the wrestling box. I mean, I know a lot of people are waiting for the 2025 Topps Chrome Wrestling, WWE to come rolling out here at the end of the month, including me. And I'm just waiting for more specs on it. I want to do a preview on that as soon as possible, but for one reason, they're not moving on the checklist with the wrestlers very well. Anyway, Yu-Gi-Oh! Not all TCG is created equal now. Isn't that true? Why is Yu-Gi-Oh! Tanking so much? And this is the big fear for TCG is Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been doing good in the past too, but for one reason right now, if you compare it from last year, just December 2024 to where we are now, it has just dropped. I mean, like a rock for one reason or another. And some of the, I have 2002 Blue Eyes White Dragon card. I need to get graded. Here's another one that went for $1,579.72. Hopefully, when I get my card grade, I'll get a decent grade, for my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now for my, where is my other one? Dark Magician of Chaos. Yeah, I have Dark Magician of Chaos 2 for 2002, and this is PSA 9, $357.45. I definitely need to get the stuff graded. People are still into this. Even this Blue Eyes White Dragon is a PSA 9, got $1,370. I definitely need to start moving on this stuff. I just get nervous to even send the stuff because I have valuable stuff, comics. I'm just so nervous about sending the stuff off because I'm afraid it'll just get lost. Here's a raw. What is that? Blue Eyes White Dragon. Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Went for $1,025. Man, I should start moving on those. I just let them sit in their boxes, collect dust. Because I used to play it with my dad, My dad used to enjoy playing Yu-Gi-Oh! When I used to play with him. I played with my friends too, but my dad, he was the best at it for one reason. He was the best Yu-Gi-Oh card player I played, and he was a Korean War vet. I think he just experienced playing other card games. He was just a better card player than me. And then we come to Pokemon. Pokemon, that's what we like to see. Now this is just from November. Look at December, for Christmas, it really boomed. But then ever since then, we've had just this beautiful, it's climbing up the mountain, up 10.29%. Let's see, some of these cards, these kind of bread and butter, the pretend. This is a 2015 Pokemon Japanese, so it doesn't have to be, the originals to get any money, And that's what gives me, this is a 1999. This is from the original set. It only sold for $62.50. So the thing about Pokemon, a lot of these cards, I see it more with Yu-Gi-Oh! To where the original earlier sets are holding value. But for one reason I noticed with Pokemon, a lot of the earliest stuff, like the 1999 stuff, isn't valuing out as much as I would expect. Like for instance, here's a 2018 Pokemon Japanese SM-P promos card that sold for $3,499.99. And I know I've been at the card shop when people bring in Pokemon, and he jumps on them. He does. A lot of stuff, a lot of sports stuff, he pushes back out the door. It's just like, this won't sell, this won't sell, this one. That's something to think about too. Here's this 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is a Charizard VMAX, number 74, BGS 10. So good luck with that. $577.22. So here's one, and like I said, this is not slabbed up in any special, what is that? A CGC 8, yeah, $2,250. Yeah, you don't even have to be the PSA, snob, to get good sales with Pokemon, like you do with other cards. And so that's why I'm moving more into Pokemon this year, for purchasing the stuff, whether it be singles or whatever at the card shop, or just buying it online. Magic. Let's see how Magic's doing. Magic's up slightly, but it's just, it's moving. Here we see a 1994 that Magic the Gathering. That's one of the early sets. Raw cards, $744. So that may be the key this year, is moving out of sports cards and moving more into TCG to save yourself. Because, boy, my sports card sales, they have just been tanking and tanking. I've scratched my head. I'm seeing these TCG, that seems to be the place to go. So this rate of growth is up, like it says here, up 4.96%. And, we look at November. Look at where we are now, man. That thing has just been shooting through the roof. Let's take a look at baseball. Yeah, I know that baseball... Yeah, I mean, it should be getting more interest. But, let's see. These are just some kind of bigger sales here, This 2000 tops traded Albert Pujols, number T247, PSA 9 for $1,825 comes out at me. But you can get into some better slabs for the Pokemon. You don't have to spend near as much. Yeah, there's some bigger sales obviously going on. I'm not sure how scientific Card Ladder is. I don't know if they're just going in there and cherry picking the stuff. That's just it, But baseball, according to this chart, is down 2.02%. Wouldn't you like to see, like hardcore interest of like social media battles fighting for baseball cards? I can't remember if I've ever seen that in my lifetime, to be quite honest. Yeah. Why is that? Well, it's more male-oriented than female-oriented, for one, so you don't have the same amount of purchasers. So let's see. I mean, this time of year, what is the big card this time of year? Football. Let's see what football is doing. Is it going to be anemic? Is it not going to be anemic? Here it is. It's down 0.04%. But just very recently. I mean, overall, there's been growth. It was up and then went down in November for one reason, kind of came back up in December, and now it's back up again, because, which is good to see. but down. Here's a Jaden Daniels number 347 sold for $1,737.50. The thing with players, Jaden Daniels, for instance, and I think why the sports card market is hurting is because we're always gambling on the players now, aren't we? Something happens to a player, the card just drops like a rock. You don't typically see that with TCG. We don't have to deal with a player, doing bad things in the off season and getting their card, destroyed. They're kicked out of the league, or they get injured and they're forgotten about, or they have some bad seasons, and nobody cares. There's my classic. I have two of those cards from some of the first cards or packs I ever ripped. 1985 Topps Warren Moon, $67. That's it, $67. It's not even worth getting graded, And so I put it on the sports card manufacturers that they're the ones who have really hurt the sports card market with their outrageous pricing schemes and scams and games and this and that. So, viral video of people fighting in Costco over Pokemon cards sparked hilarious reactions. Just limit the buy per person. Yeah, that's really what they need to do. Like one box per person. There we go. Notice they're not fighting over tops. Look at what that guy he just elbowed that guy in the face over cards. I'm guessing that these are. Do you think these guys are TCG players, honestly, or are these flippers fighting over this stuff? I just let's read some of these comments. Why don't they just play each other in the actual TCG game? Winner takes the pot. Oh, wait, like 13% of these people probably know how to play the actual game. Yeah, that's just it, You're just getting a bunch of people wanting to get product, flip it, and make a profit. And you might go, well, why am I not jumping into it? Well, I'm actually currently saving some cash up to purchase a vehicle right now. And I'll fix it up. And I'll resell it. And that's typically how I make my money to survive in this world. I've said it before, I can't survive off of card money, unfortunately. I wish I could. And maybe if I had a bigger location of stored like tons and tons of product, but I can't invest that much in cards. I like this guy. Me find out what was in the box. Is anyone even opening up these boxes to play them anymore? Or is it just a flip, or flipping Pokemon, stuff? Would I be the fool for even ripping open a box or a pack? I very well could be, That's just it. When people are treating each other like that, elbowing each other, and this guy's elbowing this other person in his head, it's not a good sign. But the thing is the sports card market they can't seem to garner the interest in their product to where people are doing that to each other. Now are they? And why is that? Why are they not fighting over boxes of, like last year, 2024 Topps baseball chrome sets? Why are they not jumping into it, like battling each other out? We know how tough it is, to get Topps products anyway online, through Topps. It's always for the, people who are juiced into the system, part of the team, part of Fanatics Live, whatever. Why all the need for Charizards and Pokemon and all that type of stuff? Why? I just go back to natural organic scarcity. They're not giving you a bunch of numbered cards so you feel special. They're not making it a lottery card thing. The thing about TCG is like Yu-Gi-Oh. I can go to my card shop, spend $10, $15 on sports cards, buy a $2 pack of Yu-Gi-Oh to rip open. I've done this. Rip open that $2 pack. I sold a raw card for 40, $50. Yes. Why is that? They're making it fair. They're giving you natural, organic scarcity. And if you can go and buy a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards at my card shop, rip it open, sell the card, one of the cards for $50 raw, what's that tell you? It tells you that you are getting gamed by the system. Topps, Fanatics, and Panini is gaming the system for themselves. They're taking all the value that they can on the initial launches and the product sales. When you get stuck with the product, if you're lucky enough to get a good player and you get a good enough grade, it's a good enough auto, you'll be lucky to make some money. But more often than not, if you spend a bunch of bank on it, you get the card, you get it graded, doesn't get a very good grade. It's just a kind of a base card. A lot of the times that's what you get, or maybe a parallel. It just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, And so this year I'm going to push more into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. And I'm just putting that out there. I'm still going to be doing these previews and reviews, but if you watch the show, I just may start doing more of these Pokemon TCG launches. Why not? I mean, hell, maybe I'll start to get some female viewers with the Pokemon preview / review. So if you start seeing those on this channel, don't be afraid. I'll still be doing the sports cards. But obviously, I'm going to have to start doing more TCG product previews and reviews as the weeks, months go by. So I'm putting that out there today as well. Hopefully it won't scare you away. But I'm doing that because, let's just be honest here. This natural organic scarcity is a much better deal for value than all the games that Topps Fanatics plays. Honestly, if I bought one pack of Topps Baseball Chrome from the baseball shop for like $10, it's probably likely sell it, at least $10, probably more. Do you think I'm going to get a $50 card just to sell raw out of the pack? The one pack, that's just it. Whereas there's a good chance you rip open a Pokemon pack or a Yu-Gi-Oh pack, you're ripping out an awesome card. He didn't even pay hardly any money for the pack at all. That is what sports cards are supposed to be. That's what they were always meant to be. That's why my mechanic doesn't buy them anymore. That's why a lot of people quit doing sports cards. And I'm putting that out there. Is it supposed to be you go buy a pack for $2, you rip it open, you're selling, you have a $50 raw card right out of the gate. Yeah. So I can relate to TCG. I wish Topps and Fanatics and Panini would lose their licensing and sell the companies to someone else. Maybe sell it to the company that owns Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. We could start getting treated better as customers and consumers. Hell, I could be, instead of doing all these previews and reviews, I could be like Strike Your Breaks, to where, hey, I'm ripping open another hobby box of baseball cards. I would love doing that, week in, week out, day in and day out like Strike Your Breaks. But I'm just an average Joe. There's no one doing me any favors in life. So that is why you see people battling it out at Costco for boxes of Pokemon, elbowing another person in the head. Obviously, this is materialism on steroids. This is screw you. I'm taking it. This is mine. But if you're into sports cards, if you're a flipper like me, if you collect sports cards, you want to see that too. You want to see people fighting for sports cards. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this episode. And like I said, if anything, if you're into sports cards, I showed you another way to get them a better deal on sports cards. Go to Dave and Adams. Buy some of the packs, maybe that are a few years old, for $2 a pack. And maybe we can start to get people addicted to sports cards again. I said it before, you need to get people addicted to sports cards. How do you do it? You lower those prices to where those prices are where they used to be in the old days, like in the 80s, 90s. You're buying the full set for what? 80 bucks, 60 bucks, 70 bucks, You need to get people addicted to sports cards so that we can get some battle royales for sports cards out there, I mean, it would be nice to see, but you're never, ever going to get that with Topps, Fanatics, and Panini. They're just rotten. They're the Grinch on steroids, man. They're sitting up on their hill going, no, this is only meant for a certain type of person. But I did show you a way that they get in some better cards today, didn't I? Go to Dave and Adams and hunt down cards of packs. Just buy a few packs for yourself, Go in there, spend $20 on packs, and maybe we can start to get some tug of wars for sports cards again. Anyway, hope you enjoy this episode. Thank you to my subscribers. You're everything to this channel. And if you haven't subscribed, well, I guess I can keep doing the community service for you. Hell, I did for the city I live in. Because I showed up at a party, never even had a drink. And they gave me, I got a ticket and fine, and I go through all this stuff for something I never even did. Anyway, hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.